not sure if this discussion is going to have spoilers for movies or not, so maybe you'll be watching this with some posters in front of me that are getting spoiled, and maybe you aren't.
What do you got for me?
So, your favorite trailer and your favorite movie that's about to come out is Sicario, Day of the Soldado.
Okay.
What does it feel like to get a sequel to Sicario?
It is so confusing to me. I like the first Sicario, which is supposed to be like Sicario, is how you're supposed to pronounce it.
I guess.
I have a coworker that gives me crap every time I say with my flat American...
Anglicized accent.
My United States English accent.
Yeah.
Sicario.
Yeah.
I like the first one. I liked it more than you.
Yeah, you like it more than I do. I do actually like it, just not as much.
I particularly love, like, dead people in the walls. All the horrifying things. I love all the horrifying things. We do a lot of sequels these days.
This is actually kind of what I was getting at. So you know that 2001, Stanley Kubrick's famous movie, has 3 or 4 sequels.
Okay, but the writer, the guy who wrote 2001, wrote sequels. So at least that makes some sense.
Kind of. It's like, why do these movies, like Sicario, a movie that... Some movies, everybody has their thing, but some movies have sequels, and you're just like, why does this movie have a sequel? Why does Sicario have a sequel?
The other thing you have to do is put up the poster right now. The weirdest... It's great. I love this poster for Sicario, Day of the Soldado.
Yeah.
Did you see it?
Yes.
It's amazing. It's gonna be... He's putting it... It's amazing.
Yes.
Yeah. It wasn't... Like, I didn't feel like Benicio del Toro's character was like an Indiana Jones or a Luke Skywalker or a Rocky, like, or even Axel Foley. Like, he's not like the continuing adventures of this guy. Like, I didn't understand that was what I was getting into. Like, I'm trying to think of other, like...
Like, even The Incredibles, which is a movie that could get a sequel, and has a sequel now, I didn't think that needed a sequel.
Well, but The Incredibles is a superhero movie.
You can at least go there, it's
like,
not too weird.
I don't think of, like, crime movie... Well, I mean, Godfather had 2 sequels.
Yeah. It didn't really need those sequels, but it got them.
I think the second one's supposed to be
It's supposed to be. I'm told it might even be better than the first. I have not seen the second or third one.
Neither of us have seen it.
I've seen the first one.
Me too.
Yes.
Yeah, and why wouldn't we be following her? Why wouldn't I forget the character and the actress's name?
Right.
But like, why wouldn't she be the one? I guess because she's out. After the end of that movie, she's out.
It's bizarre because the second movie seems to have no connection to the first one in a way, other than the character of Benicio del Toro and Josh Brolin and like Benicio del Toro are the only 2 things that seem to be following through to this movie, and other than that, I'm like...
But like, let's think about popular movies, and we may need to do a jump cut here. I want to just take a moment to think about like other popular movies I am not expecting a sequel on.
46 years.
Moonlight 2. Dawn.
The King's Speech 2.
The King Speaks Again. Whiplash. The Neck Brace. I don't know.
The Artist. With sound.
Birdman 2.
Birdman Flies Again. Phantom Dress.
But, like, let's even think, but the thing is, like, we're going way off genre. Like, what's another, like, did they do a Traffic 2?
I don't think so. Did they do a Collateral 2, you know? Isn't that like a crime-type movie? They didn't do 8, you know, the sequel to 7. Like, you know, like...
That was very specifically about the 7 deadly sins. That would be strange if they came out with one where they came up with an 8th.
I mean, hey, we've got a second Sicario movie here. Anything is possible.
What about The Usual Suspects? Was there a Usual Suspects 2? I don't think so.
I don't think... The direct-to-DVD, you know, sequel. The direct-to-streaming now. Sorry, I'm showing my age.
The less Usual Suspects.
To me... So,
Fight Club 2. Although apparently, I forget, it's stupid, he's really famous, but I forget Chuck Palahniuk.
Yeah.
Did write some kind of sequel, or he did a comic book that it was a sequel or something.
Right, but that's to the book, I bet. And I bet the book ends... You might be able to make a sequel to a book, whereas the movie doesn't leave as much room for a sequel.
Yeah, and I feel like book sequels can be very different from, like...
You have more time, so something that's weird to make a sequel to, you have time to, like, make it make sense.
And there's something about the disparity. Like, Sicario 1, I guess we're calling it, was, like, about... You know, this drug agent or whatever she was, the details have all fluttered from my brain, but, like, trying to deal with this drug crimes going on. And the second one seems to be about rescuing a little girl. It's like the new adventures. Like, whereas I don't see that as the continuation of the character I saw in the first movie. I mean, maybe it is. You're going to make me see it, it sounds like.
I want to, because, like, so we are in a world of sequels and remakes, and that's how it's always been. It's just...
always been. Like, this is not a
new thing. I know that everybody freaks out about it in videos and stuff, but it's really just what we've always been doing.
You know, Alexandre Dumas wrote several sequels to The Three Musketeers.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I mean...
Like, this is how commerce and creativity and art works, whatever.
Yeah.
It's just sometimes, like, money. It's just sometimes a movie, sometimes you get Ben-Hur the sequel, and that's absurd because of how old it is and, like, all of that. This is like, we've gotten a sequel to a movie only a few years after that's an absurd sequel to me. It has to do with, like, the level of, like, how this one in particular is looks so different from the first, and has a feeling that might be similar, but the character, I don't know.
I don't understand why Sicario, because I didn't think it was that popular.
I doubt it is.
Like, of all the movies, like, you want to make a sequel to what just made a shit ton of money.
Well, they were all sequels, so I can't think of, like, what original movie just made a ton of money.
Okay, you want to make a sequel to A Quiet Place. Like, that made more money than they were expecting.
Right.
But I don't remember there being like, wow, Sicario's really taking the box office. Maybe I missed it. Maybe it is, like, maybe we should, like, what was the box office? Where was it in the rankings?
Here's the numbers, and I'll put a link below like, to Box Office Mojo or whatever. But yeah, it's... Of all of the movies we get sequels for, most of the time I don't care. In fact, I rarely do. Whatever. This one is just a little bizarre to me.
It is. Let's show the poster again, because I really like that poster. The poster may have actually made me want to see it.
It's just like... I wonder, like, is it a kind of poster where you're like, is it culturally appropriating something? Is it not? Is there some weird, like, discussion you could have about that?
Is there a market group that they've come up with that... you know, will sound vaguely racist if we say what it is, but that they're trying to appeal to?
Yeah.
It's like the urban market. Like,
yeah.
We know what you're doing there, guys.
Yeah, like, but it's so absurd that I just can't take it seriously and cannot be offended by it because it's like, it is just absurd.
It's pretty absurd. So I'm going to go see Sicario 2 Day of the Soldado when it comes out.
Might be the same day this video comes out. I'm not sure. I forget when it's released.
I'm also not making fun of Spanish words. My accent is just that bad.
Yes. Are there any sequels to movies that you were like, this is absurd? If so, tell us in the comments down below. I'm totally down for this discussion.
Or is there a movie you want to see a sequel to because it would be absurd? I mean, we're game.
Also, like and subscribe to see more videos.
The Writer 2. He keeps writing, and he shouldn't.